we'll be looking at 5 steps that you need to take in 2021 to get your first property. What's up, you guys? Welcome to another recording with your favorite realtor, Adrian. So today we are looking at 5 steps needed, 5 steps that you need to get or to secure your first home. Now, I recently posted something on Instagram about 2021 goals, and you guys went crazy. My inbox was filled with people telling me that they wanted to get their first home. However, when I ask you guys what is it, or if it is that you guys are ready and prepared or qualified, majority of you guys are saying that you don't know what the first step is. So today we're looking at 5 steps that you need to take to get qualified for, or not get qualified, but to get ready for that home purchase. So step number 1, you guys need to be pre-approved. What is pre-approval? Pre-approval helps you, the purchaser, know what is it that you are qualified for. Now, if it is that you don't know what you're qualified for, you don't know what you can afford, you don't know after making a purchase if you can afford it, you don't know anything at all. So let's say you're looking in Jacksonville for your property, and Jacksonville properties are like 60 million, 70 million, and you're only qualified for $50 million, then you're looking in the wrong place, right? So we need to know what we're qualified for, so you don't waste your time and you don't waste the realtor time either. Step number 2, apart from you being qualified, step number 2 now, do you have your deposit? What is the deposit? The deposit is normally 10% of the sale price or the property value, whichever is lower. That's what the bank is going to give you the mortgage on anyways. So let's have 10% of the sale price. Now, 10% of the sale price, for example, you have buying a property for $10 million, 10% of the sale price would be $1 million. Do I have my deposit? Well, recently, because of the new changes by the government, by reducing stamp duty and reducing transfer tax, some places, or most places, are accepting 5% deposit now. But personally, I would love to have my 10%, because at the end of the day, that 10% reduces your mortgage monthly payment. That 10% overall puts you in a better position. If you have it, I personally would recommend that you pay that 10% and not 5%, because in the long run, you paying 5%, you're going to pay more money on a monthly basis for your mortgage and end up paying a lot more money at the end of the day. Step number 3. Now, step number 3 relates to you guys getting organized. So you know what you're qualified for, you have your deposit, but then you need to know these special people. You need an attorney that you are familiar with. If it is that you are not familiar with any attorney at all, and this is your first time, you don't know anything, find somebody who has already done the process and they recommend somebody that they trust and they can work with. Please find an attorney. The attorney fee is normally 1 to 3%. Yes, 1 to 3%. And the attorney, most questions, I get questions a lot about, Adrian, do I need an attorney? Yes, you do. The attorney helps to prepare your sales agreement. They help in negotiating certain things for you, and trust me, you don't want that type of pressure on your hand. It's real time consuming and it gets messy sometimes, so just pay somebody to do that for you. Step number 4 now, guys, please do your due diligence and visit the neighborhood before you make an offer. visit the neighborhood, get a surveyor and get a valuation surveyor and get a land surveyor before you pay any deposit. So step number 4 is to get a land surveyor and a valuation surveyor. Firstly, I recommend you get a valuation surveyor. What the valuation surveyor does know is that if somebody is selling a property for, let's say, $13 million, however the property is valued at $10 million, the bank or whatever institution that you're going to use is only going to give you 90% of the property value or the sale price, whichever is lower. So if the property is valued at $13 million and if the property is being sold or listed at $13 million but it is valued at 10, you're only getting 90% or 95% of the $10 million. That's what the bank is going to give you, because the bank has to cover their end. So in the event that you falter on payment, this is what the property can be sold for, and anybody can list the property for whatever price they want to list it at, even $100 million, and it's only valued 10. So you need to definitely get the property valued. Then the property needs to be surveyed. I personally recommend these 2 before you do any signing of any agreement, any at all. Why? If the property is breached or the covenant is something is wrong, then it either lengthen the time for you to close the deal, or the deal cannot be closed any at all, because something has to be knocked down or rearranged before the bank will give you that money any at all. So I advise you to do those 2 things. Yes, and sometimes you may do the survey or the valuation 2, 3, 4, 5 times, but at the end of the day, it's rather you spend $30,000, $40,000 to do these reports than to pay your $1 million deposit, and then the transaction is not working how you want it, and then you want to back out, and then you lose 40% of your money with whatever deal the attorneys write up. You have to pay. You understand? So I would recommend that these are done. Step number 5 and the final step. Step number 5 is pretty simple. Step number 5 is make sure that you do step number 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's step number 5. Please do not be in any rush. Whatever is for you will be for you. Take your time. The deal takes about 60 days, so sometimes to a year to be completed. Do not rush. Check different institutions, different banks to find out who's offering the better loan at the end of the day. Check different attorneys to see who's giving you the better service, not necessarily who's the cheapest, because sometimes who's the cheapest may not be who's the best. But please check around and find out, and to drive through your neighborhood before you decide that you want. Check the house 3, 4, 5 times before you sign any documents to buy anything at all. It is your property, whether it be something that you're going to live in or you're going to invest or whatever you're going to do. It is yours at the end of the day, and you need to make the correct decision. So step number 1, make sure that you get your pre-approval. Step number 2, make sure that you have your deposit. Step number 3, find an attorney. Step number 4, please do that valuation and that surveyor's report before you sign any documents. And step number 5, make sure that you do 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's it, guys. 5 easy steps to owning your own home in 5 minutes in 2021. Remember, I'm your guy. Call me and let's get 2021 off on a good note.